This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea. Dear listeners, now we start English language service of Voice of Korea from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Now here's mixed chorus, song of General Kim Il-sung. Now here's mail calls, song of General Kim Jong-il.
A powerful entity showing the constant development of the strategic force of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea came into being on April 13, 2023. A new type intercontinental ballistic missile Hwasong-18 was test-fired, which will discharge its mission as a prospective core means of the strategic force of the DPRK and an important war deterrent. The respected Comrade Kim Jong-un, General Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea and President of the State Affairs of the DPRK, guided the first test firing of the new type intercontinental ballistic missile on the spot. The test firing was aimed at confirming the performance of the high-thrust solid propellant multi-stage motors, the stage separation technology, and the reliability of various functional control systems, and appraising the military utility of the new strategic weapon system. It was conducted in the way of confirming the technical specifications of each part of the weapon system while restricting the maximum speed of the missile through time delay separation start method, with the first stage set on the standard trajectory flight mode and the second and third stages on the high angle mode in consideration of the safety of the neighboring countries and the security of multi-stage separation during the flight in our territory. Kim Jong-un watched the preparations for test firing on the spot to learn about the new weapon system. When he approved the test firing of the new type strategic weapon, General Jang Chang-ha ordered the 2nd Red Flag Company and the General Missile Bureau to test fire it. The test firing of the new type intercontinental ballistic missile had no negative influence on the safety of the neighboring countries, and the separated first stage fell safely on the sea 10 kilometers off the Hodo Peninsula, Gumnya County of South Hamgyong Province, and the second stage on the sea 335 kilometers east of Orang County of North Hamgyong Province. The test firing made it possible to have the guarantee and confidence that all the elements of the new type strategic weapon system have correctly reached the requirements of the designs, and the new type intercontinental ballistic missile is a powerful strategic offensive means of greater military utility. The new type intercontinental ballistic missile Hwasong-Po-18 weapon system to be equipped and used by the strategic force of the DPRK according to the long-term plan for building the state nuclear forces will perform its important mission and duty as the most powerful core means in defending the DPRK, curbing aggression, and safeguarding the security of the state. Guiding the test firing, Kim Jong-un expressed great satisfaction over the miraculous success, saying with pleasure that it has clearly proved once again the tremendous potentiality and actuality of our ever-increasing defense technological might, and powerfully demonstrated the unshakable determination and practical ability for attaining the goal of strengthening the armed forces. He noted that it is the consistent stand of our party and the government of the DPRK to continuously accelerate the development of more advanced and powerful weapon systems in coping with the ever-worsening security situation of the Korean Peninsula and prospective military threats. He proudly referred to the significance of the development of the new type intercontinental ballistic missile Hwasong-Po-18, which had greatly reinforced the components of our strategic deterrent, rapidly increased the utility of the nuclear counterattack posture, and innovate the practicality of the offensive military strategy. Kim Jong-un said it is an absolute mission and duty of the defense scientists to implement with practical success in the strengthening and development of the self-defense capacity the policy of our party and the government of the DPRK to respond to nukes with nukes and total confrontation with total confrontation, and presented important strategic tasks to further propel the strengthening of the strategic nuclear forces of the DPRK. He said the party and the government of the DPRK would force the enemy, endangering the security of the Korean Peninsula and destroying the peaceful life and socialist construction of our people with inveterate aggressive policy and menacing military moves to clearly understand the crisis of security. He affirmed that fatal and offensive response would be constantly taken against the enemy until they give up fully thinking and reckless moves and face extreme uneasiness and fear and irretrievable threats, thus making them regret for their wrong choice in despair. The respected Comrade Kim Jong-un, General Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea and President of the State Affairs of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, highly estimated members of defense scientific research institutions for their distinguished contribution to the epochal strengthening of the strategic force of the DPRK. He proposed awarding the title of Labor Hero of the DPRK to over 10 important persons concerned of the relevant defense scientific research institutions who made a great contribution to developing another strategic weapon true to the strategic line of the Workers' Party of Korea on constantly strengthening both in quality and quantity the essential and more advanced and powerful means for defending the DPRK and curbing the aggression, and thus prove the real state of the strategic force of the DPRK, provided sure guarantee for eternal overwhelming victory, and powerfully demonstrated the absolute upper hand of our defense scientific and technological might all over the world once again. He also issued an order to confer the military rank of Major General on Colonel Han Gun-bok, Deputy Director of a research institute concerned of the General Missile Bureau. The respected Comrade Kim Jong-un sent 267,300,000 yen of educational aid fund and stipends in Japanese currency to the General Association of Korean Residents in Japan for the democratic national education of the children of Japan resident Koreans on the occasion of the 111th birth anniversary of the great leader Kim Il-sung. The total amount of the educational aid fund and stipends sent by the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il and the respective Comrade Kim Jong-un on 169 occasions up to now has aggregated 49,397,870,390 yen in Japanese currency.
The respected comrade Kim Jong-un, General Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, President of the State Affairs of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, received a message of greetings from Bashar al-Assad, President of the Syrian Arab Republic, on the 10th. In the message, the Syrian president said he took it a pleasure to send the sincerest congratulations to Kim Jong-un and the people of the DPRK on the occasion of the 111th birth anniversary of President Kim Il-sung. He wished the friendly DPRK development and prosperity as desired by His Excellency Great President Kim Il-sung. He noted that the course of the great President Kim Il-sung and leader Kim Jong-il for the building of a powerful country will share the accomplishes thanks to the leadership of the Workers' Party of Korea, headed by Kim Jong-un, and the Korean people's confidence in their course and united strength. He expressed his will to constantly develop the bilateral cooperation in all fields on the common principle in the struggle against domination and subjugation. He wished Kim Jong-un good health and happiness. The respected comrade Kim Jong-un received on the 13th a floral basket in the joint name of co-chairman Johnny Hon and vice-chairman Keith Bennett of the Board of Directors of the Kim Il-sung Kim Jong-il Foundation, and floral baskets sent by Director Jin Chen and Honorary Director Sui Tung-won of the Board of Directors of the Kim Il-sung Kim Jong-il Foundation, Lim Kung-nan, Sui Yen, Sui Tung-jun, and Wang Xiu-li, members of the foundation, Henry Il-Hadabi, chairman of the Afro-Asian People's Solidarity Organization, the family of Zhang Yunhe, a Chinese related to the anti-Japanese revolution, Jindal Safarini, president of the Jindal Children's Foundation, and the Beijing Chaoya International Cultural Exchange Center in China on the occasion of the Day of the Sun, the birth anniversary of the great leader Kim Il-sung. That day, a floral basket came to Kim Jong-un from Tsai Tae-jun, honorary vice-chairman of the Board of Directors of the Kim Il-sung Kim Jong-il Foundation. The Central Standing Committee of the General Association of Korean Residents in Japan sent a floral basket to the bronze statues of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il on Mansu Hill on the occasion of the 111th birth anniversary of Kim Il-sung. The floral basket was laid before the bronze statues on the 13th. Floral baskets were sent to the bronze statues of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il on Mansu Hill by the Board of Directors of the International Martial Arts Foundation, the Beijing International Cultural Development Center for China DPRK Friendship, the Tokyo Pyongyang Rainbow Bridge of Japan, the Nigeria DPRK Friendship Association, the General Association of Koreans in China, the families of Liang Cheng-long, Piao Ji-sung, Jin Zo, and Huang Bai-he, China resident Koreans related to the anti-Japanese revolution, the family of Jin Sung-ri related to the anti-Japanese revolution, the families of Zhou Baozong, Feng Zhongyun, Chai Shi-rung, Chen Lei, Jie Qing, Fan De-lin, and Jiang Zihua, Chinese related to the anti-Japanese revolution, the family of the internationalist Novichenko, Liu Xing, General Manager of the Shenyang Fanshi Wixing Commercial Company Limited of China, who is the grandson of Fan De-lin related to the anti-Japanese revolution, Biao Chonglong, President of the group of chairpersons of the Association of Korean Businessmen in China, Ji Jingzhe, Chairman of the Association of Koreans for Friendship in Shenyang City, Kang Shui-yun, Chairman of the Association of Korean Businessmen in Liaoning Province, Xu Jie, General Manager of the Seobyoksu Cultural Proliferation Company Limited in Liaoning Province, Kim Sung-mi, member of the Association of Young Korean Nationals in China, and others on the occasion of the 111th birth anniversary of Kim Il-sung. The floral baskets were laid before the bronze statues of the great leaders on the 13th. That day, floral baskets were placed before the bronze statues in the name of the missions of international organizations in the DPRK. Earlier, honorary directors Sui Tung-won and Chu Jiangliang of the Board of Directors of the Kim Il-sung Kim Jong-il Foundation and members of the foundation Svetlana Ozentsova, Cedro Padasyan, and Henrik Nirkvist sent floral baskets, and members of the foundation Konstantin Cherchenko and Dmitry Peukdistov a floral basket in their joint name to the bronze statues of the great leaders. State academic degrees and titles were awarded to intellectuals on the occasion of the Day of the Sun, the birth anniversary of the great leader Kim Il-sung. Those intellectuals have made research findings conducive to the economic development of the country and the improvement of the people's living, and made an active contribution to the education of the rising generations. According to a decision of the State Commission for Conferment of Academic Degrees and Titles, the title of Candidate Academician was awarded to Kim Won-jae, researcher of Kyungsuk University of Technology. Professorship was conferred on Sun Bong-nan, Dean of the Pyongyang Sangcheolgu University of Commerce, Oh Young-sok, Director of the Academy of Medical Science, and others. Doctorate was bestowed on 22 persons, including Lee Chol-lan, Dean of Kyungsuk University of Technology, and Kim Un-chul, teacher of the Pyongyang University of Dramatic and Cinematic Arts. Associate professorship was awarded to 50 persons and mastership to 596 persons. Oratorical contests for celebrating the 111th birth anniversary of the great leader Kim Il-sung were held at the People's Palace of Culture and the Central Hall of Workers on the 13th. Present there were Sun Kyung-chul and Choi Hak-kun, Deputy Department Directors of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, Sun Jung-gyu, Minister of Culture, and officials and working people in Pyongyang City. The orators ardently praised the sacred revolutionary life and exploits of Kim Il-sung to shine forever along with the socialist Korea and the greatness of the leadership of the respected comrade Kim Jong-un, opening a new era of development and prosperity according to the desire and ideal of Kim Il-sung. The premieres of the 8th April Spring People's Art Festival were given at the theaters and halls in the capital city of Pyongyang on the 13th. They were appreciated by members of the organizing committee of the festival, officials, working people and students in the city. General performances were given by the art troops, art propaganda squads, and city and county mobile art agitation teams in North Pyongan and North Hwanghae provinces at the Bonghwa Art Theater and the Pyongyang Grand Theater, and performances by the art circle members of Samjeon City, the Hungnam Fertilizer Complex, Wonsan City, and the Pyongyang Foodstuff Complex at the East Pyongyang Grand Theater and the Central Youth Hall. Put on the stages of the performances were immortal masterpieces and famous songs of the times representing the honor and pride of the people, praising the son of Juche forever. Meanwhile, musicians and magic fans performed at the Jugglery Theater of the National Acrobatic Troupe. The 26th Cooking Festival for the Day of the Sun was held at the Pyongyang Noodle House between the 11th and the 13th. Presented to the festival were different kinds of foods prepared by cooks in the city and scientific and technological data. A closing ceremony was held on the 13th. Present at the ceremony were Vice Premier Lee Song-hak, officials concerned, cooks, waiters and waitresses, housewives in the central parts of the city, and officials and technicians of the foodstuff factories. A result of examination was made public, and diplomas, medals and certificates were awarded to units and presenters that proved successful in the festival. Cooking festivals were also held at the Oke Restaurant in Haeju, the Sinhung Restaurant in Hamhung, and other famous restaurants in the provinces. Triplets were discharged from the Pyongyang Maternity Hospital on the 10th and the 11th on the threshold of the April holiday in spring. The mother of the first triplets born this year is Kim Kun-sil, living in Pune-ri, Onsan County of North Hamgyong Province, and their father is farmer Jung Suk-chul at the Pune farm. Thanks to the efforts of doctors and nurses of the hospital, Kim gave an easy birth to the boy triplet. Another triplets, 2 boys and 1 girl, were born in December last year to Rim Soo-kyung, living in the Cheongsu Workers District, Sakjo County of North Pyongan Province, and her husband, Jang Jong-chul, working at a chemical factory. The triplets and their parents were presented with gifts, including gold rings and silver nuggets, before leaving the Pyongyang Maternity Hospital in good health. They were seen off by medical workers of the hospital. Members of the Foreign Diplomatic Corps in the DPRK visited the Mangyongdae School Children's Palace on the 13th on the occasion of the 111th birth anniversary of the great leader Kim Il-sung. The palace is a comprehensive extracurricular education base of school children and pedigree establishment for the training of talented personnel where they realize their hopes and develop their talents fully under the benevolent care of the Workers' Party of Korea that spares nothing for the coming generations. The visitors looked around different sacred rooms of the palace. And that's the end of the news read by Ma Kung-sung and Lee Hyang-sin. This is Voice of Korea.
Now we present the song 40 Million People Sing of the Leader, created in Juche 56 or 1967.
Immortal Flower, Kim Il-sung의 Kim Il-sung의 The Flower of the Sun is a deep pink violet. It came into being in the world nearly 60 years ago. The great leader Kim Il-sung visited Indonesia in April 1954 or 1965. On April the 13th, President Sukarno showed him around the Bogor Botanical Garden with a long history, which was well known to the world. The Bogor Botanical Garden had flowers belonging to the orchidaceae and other rare tropical flowers in full bloom, which was reminiscent of a World Flower Exposition. That day, Sukarno showed Kim Il-sung a beautiful flower belonging to the orchidaceae bred by a renowned botanist after his long laborious pursuit. Kim Il-sung said the flower is really beautiful and thanked him for showing the wonderful flower. At that time, Sukarno told him that he wanted to name the flower after Kim Il-sung. But Kim Il-sung declined his proposal with thanks. However, Sukarno didn't give up his intention at all, saying Kim Il-sung deserves high honor as he did a lot of work for mankind. Afterwards too, Sukarno repeatedly suggested naming the flower Kim Il-sung. This is how the immortal flower Kim Il-sung came into being in the world, which was named after the great man for the first time in the human history. Lee Jong-ho, head of the Kim Il-sung work team at the Central Botanical Garden, said,
Kim
Il-sung is a tropical perennial belonging to the orchidaceae. Its stalk grows 30 to 70 centimeters high, and its leaves are lanceolate. 3 to 15 flowers form a raceme and last for more than 100 days. The flower is 7 to 8 centimeters across, and its color is deep pink-violet. Kim Il-sung was officially registered as a botanical name at an academic society in April 1971 or 1982. As a result, it came to fully shine all over the world as the most famous of famous flowers recognized by the World Horticultural Circles and as the world's first flower in praise of great men. Kim Il-sung was awarded many diplomas and cups at the World Horticultural Expos and international flower shows. The immortal flower Kim Il-sung will be in full bloom as the world-famous flower all the more, along with the reverence of humanity for the peerlessly great man Kim Il-sung.
So far you've been listening to an episode titled Immortal Flower Kim Il-sung. This is Voice of Korea.
You enjoy the trumpet solo, the blue sky of my country.
Now you will appreciate the song, We Cannot Live Without Him. Recalling our past and thinking of our future, accepted God's smile, supporting only Him to the end of the earth, we will be loyal to Him. We cannot live without Him, Kim Jong-un. We cannot live without Him. Our destiny hangs on Him. We cannot live without Him.
Now you will appreciate the string ensemble, We Believe in You as in Heaven. Now you'll sing a solo and dance song. Oh, taught me my mother. listen to the Korean folk song, Ballad of the Eight Scenic Spots of Korea.
Dear listeners, with this we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presents its English language service for Europe between 15 and 16 hours UTC, between 18 and 19 hours UTC, between 21 and 22 hours UTC, and between 13 and 14 hours UTC, on 14,750 kHz. And 16,245 kHz. For North America, between 15 and 16 hours UTC, and between 13 and 14 hours UTC, on 9,445 kHz, and 11,710 kHz. And for Northeast Asia, between 4 and 5 hours UTC, and between 6 and 7 hours UTC, on 7,220 kHz. 9,445 kHz and 1,730 kHz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.